Welcome everyone to our second webinar, Budgeting for Your First Year of Residency. My name is Kenton and I'm a practicing anesthesiologist and co-founder of Doc Lending. My experience managing my family's finances in residency was part of the impetus to help starting Doc. If your experience is like mine, residency will be a time of professional growth, but will also come with financial challenges. Today, we'll provide practical tools and strategies to manage your finances effectively during this crucial phase of your career. As a reminder, this presentation is for informational purposes only and not financial advice. Each residency experience is unique, so always adapt to your budget to fit your specific circumstances. Let's start with your income. Your gross salary may look promising, but deductions like taxes, retirement contributions, and insurance premiums reduce your actual take-home pay. For example, if your gross income is $60,000, you might only see $40,000 after deductions. That's why it's crucial to understand your net income when planning your budget. Ask your employer or HR department for help estimating your take-home pay. There are also online paycheck calculators that can give you a rough idea of what this number should be. Having an accurate number ensures you're budgeting based on what you actually have and not just the theoretical top-line number. Next, let's talk about ongoing costs. These include rent, groceries, utilities, transportation, and other regular expenses. One way to save significantly is by sharing costs. For instance, splitting rent and utilities with a roommate can reduce your expenses by hundreds of dollars a month. It's also essential to monitor smaller recurring expenses. Subscriptions and memberships can add up quickly if not managed. Review these regularly and cancel the ones you don't use. In this phase, it's about prioritizing needs over wants. For example, meal prepping instead of eating out can save a significant amount over the course of a year. One-time costs are another major consideration. These include expenses like moving costs, security deposits, and purchasing furniture equipment for your new residence. These costs can feel overwhelming, but planning ahead helps. Create a one-time expense fund and start saving for it early. For instance, setting aside just $200 a month for 6 months gives you $1,200 to cover these expenses. Additionally, look for ways to save on these costs. Borrow furniture instead of buying, shop secondhand, or negotiate moving expenses with your new employer if possible. Remember, these are temporary expenses, but planning for them can reduce financial stress. After accounting for both ongoing and one-time costs, many residents find themselves operating at a financial deficit during their first year. This might sound daunting, but it's normal. The key is to recognize this early and prepare. Use your knowledge of your net income and estimated expenses to create a realistic budget. If your budget shows a shortfall, think of ways to cover the gap, whether through savings, financial assistance, or temporary cost-cutting measures. The first year is about survival, not perfection. Accepting this reality helps you plan more effectively and avoid surprises. Success in residency budgeting starts with the right tools. Use budgeting apps to track your income and expenses in real time. Apps like Mint or YNAB, You Need a Budget, can help you identify areas where you can cut back. Start with simple strategies like meal prepping, using public transportation, or taking advantage of resident discounts. These small savings add up over time. Finally, plan for one-time costs early. Treat them as fixed expenses in your budget. For example, if you know you'll need to buy a new laptop, allocate funds for it over several months. Budgeting isn't about restriction, it's about being intentional with your resources. The good news? It gets better. By year 2, you'll likely experience a salary increase, and most one-time expenses will be behind you. You may also have opportunities for moonlighting, either in person or virtually, which can supplement your income. In addition, by sticking to good financial habits during your first year, you're setting yourself up for long-term success. Remember, the first year is the hardest, but it's temporary. The financial sacrifices you make now will pay off later as your earning potential increases and your financial stability improves. At Doc, we understand the unique financial challenges of residency. That's why we've created resources to help you navigate this time successfully. Visit doclending.com to explore our tools, tips, and financial literacy training tailored specifically for medical professionals. Thank you for joining today's session.